This video presents a chaotic and highly tense courtroom hearing conducted over Zoom, involving a defendant named Marvin Bailey who was facing charges for carrying a concealed weapon without a license. From the very start, the situation begins to spiral as Bailey shows a lack of respect for the court, repeatedly interrupting the judge, using inappropriate language, and refusing to follow basic courtroom rules. His confrontational tone quickly turns what should have been a routine legal proceeding into a heated and unpredictable exchange. As the hearing progresses, things take an even more surprising turn when Bailey unintentionally incriminates himself. While the judge attempts to establish the facts of the case, Bailey openly admits to carrying what he describes as a big Glocky with an extended magazine. This statement becomes a key moment, highlighting how his own words may work against him in court. Despite initially appearing open to a plea deal, Bailey suddenly shifts his stance and begins arguing that the weapon was never concealed, directly contradicting his earlier statements. Due to his behavior and inconsistent claims, the judge ultimately refuses to accept any plea agreement and decides to move the case forward for further examination. The hearing ends with the case being scheduled for a future court date, leaving the situation unresolved but clearly demonstrating how disruptive behavior and careless statements can significantly impact legal outcomes.
I need your name, sir.
Marvin Bailey.
All right, good morning. All right, Mr. Nager, any offers here?
Judge, Mr. Holler emailed me some information yesterday to give me more to look at and read, and I've had email communication with him. Currently, the offer is no reduced plea.
All right, how you want to proceed today, Mr. Holler?
Well, the offer is no reduced plea and two years of probation. Isn't that right, Mr. Najjar?
Correct.
Okay.
With other conditions, that's correct.
Okay, with some other conditions to be determined. If we can do a situation where my client can pay in lieu of community service, something like that, we can take a plea today.
All right, you understand what the prosecutor's offer is, sir?
No, I don't.
Mr. Nager?
I don't even see the prosecutor. Who is the prosecutor? His camera's not on.
What does that have to do with it, Judge?
The prosecutor. Okay, the offer that we've discussed is to plead guilty to carrying a concealed weapon without a license to do so, which is a felony. 2 years, a sentence agreement of 2 years of probation, and you will have the opportunity to pay.
Fuck them.
Hey.
Okay.
Mr. Bailey, watch your mouth, sir.
Man, okay.
Here's what's gonna happen, Mr. Bailey. If you keep it up, I'm gonna bring you into the courtroom and take you into custody and find you in contempt. Settle down,
All
sir.
right, bro. All right.
That's the judge, not your bro.
All right. Sorry about that, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Holler.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And at the time of sentencing, the court can determine that that Mr. Bailey would be able to pay a certain sum of money in lieu of community service if he so chose. So it would be like an either-or type of thing. So the court would determine an appropriate amount of community service versus an appropriate amount of additional costs or fines, however we want to characterize that he could pay at his election. He would be on probation for 2 years.
All right, Mr. Bailey, you understand what that offer is, sir?
Yes.
All right, you waive your right. Now you understand you have a right to have a preliminary examination, sir?
Yeah.
You waiving your right to have a preliminary examination today?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you or force you to get you to waive your examination right today?
No, nobody threatened me.
All right, court's going to accept the waiver. Mr. Bailey will automatically be bound over. Mr. Holler, as it relates to the arraignment, he's standing mute and waives a formal reading of the information.
I do.
Court's going to internet.
Like after I finish my probation and complete everything, like, would I still be able to get my license? Because I like to have my documents intact, in order, and everything.
All right.
I know I was wrong for the case and everything, but like, would I be able to do that?
You have to talk to Mr. Holler about that. He can give you the legal advice.
Okay.
All right, please raise your right hand. If you freeze. All right, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You understand if I accept the plea from you today, sir, you give up or you waive? First of all, you understand that the maximum penalty I can impose If I accept a guilty plea, can be up to 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
You understand? If I accept a plea from you, sir, you give up or you waive certain constitutional rights.
Yeah.
You understand? You waive your right to have a trial by judge or jury.
Yes, sir.
You waive your right to remain silent without that silence being used against you.
Understood.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
You waive your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
I'm gonna say yes to that, but I was already. I'm guilty. Yeah, though, because they already said I was guilty, man.
Sir, what you understand is you're giving up certain rights. You have certain constitutional rights. In order to take a plea, you have to give up or waive those rights. That's what
Yeah, though. Yeah.
All right, you understand that you waive your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you or force you to get you plead guilty?
No.
Anybody promise you anything beyond what the prosecutors? Anybody promise you anything beyond what the prosecutor's office has offered you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
All right. Anybody? Mr. Nate, Mr. Nature, daytime, location, factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bailey, on February 5th, 2024, in the area of Binder Street in the city of Detroit.
It's Binder, Binder, Binder.
Binder Street in the city of Detroit. At some point, did you have contact with the police that day? At some point, did you have contact with the police that day?
I ain't had no contact with the police. They contacted me.
Right. Okay. You were arrested that day?
Yeah.
Okay. So prior to that, at some point prior to that, did you have a handgun, a pistol?
You said, did I have a handgun, a pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that big Glocky on me.
And was it concealed in some fashion at some point?
I had a 30 round hanging out the clip. I had a 30 round hanging out. It wasn't concealed. It was a big 30 round on it. It wasn't concealed. But yeah, though, I had it on me.
Okay. Was it in a pocket or under a shirt or something?
No, it was outside. It was sticking out. It was hanging out.
Okay.
As the hearing comes to a close, it becomes clear that this situation serves as a powerful example of how disruptive behavior and poor judgment can negatively impact a legal case. Marvin Bailey's repeated interruptions, use of inappropriate language, and overall lack of respect for the court not only escalated tensions but also weakened his own position. What could have been a straightforward process quickly turned into a complicated and prolonged matter due to his conduct. One of the most significant moments was his own admission about carrying a weapon, which may play a crucial role in the case moving forward. Instead of helping his defense, his statements created more problems and reduced the chances of any favorable outcome during that hearing. His shift in arguments, from considering a plea to suddenly denying key aspects of the charge, also made it difficult for the judge to proceed with any agreement. Ultimately, the judge's decision to reject a plea and move the case to a future hearing shows that the matter is far from over. This ending highlights an important lesson. In legal proceedings, staying calm, respectful, and consistent is essential. The courtroom is a place where every word matters, and as seen in this case, a lack of control can lead to serious consequences and missed opportunities for resolution.